Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, we're going to be doing an unboxing and I'm going to give my first impressions on the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. This is on sale at the time of this video. I'll have a link down in the description. The price is $700 and it comes in 6 different colors. We have navy, lavender, mint, white, orange, and this cloud red color here. We also have a pretty cool design box here with some little logos across the box. This phone is basically a Galaxy S20 with some compromises and a lower cost. The main takeaways and features of this S20 FE are its 120Hz refresh rate display, a Snapdragon 865 processor, a 6.5-inch AMOLED display falling in between the Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, and an IP68 water dust resistance rating. But enough talk, let's go ahead and check out the Galaxy S20 FE. Quick side note, we are going all out with the red color theme today. So right on top, we have our device. We'll check that out in a second. So in every unboxing video I've ever done, we just quickly breeze through what's in the box, but this time we actually need to have a chat because Samsung only put a 15-watt charger in the box with this phone when it's capable of 25-watt super fast charging, but it doesn't include the faster charging brick. And this is found in much cheaper Samsung phones that have been released earlier this year, like the Galaxy Note 10 Lite, the Galaxy S10 Lite, and mainly the Galaxy A71, which on Amazon is about $350. So half the price of this phone, coming with the 25-watt charger in the box. Yes, I do understand this is a cheaper phone compared to the rest of the flagship Galaxy S20 line, but when there's phones half the price, including this 25-watt super fast charger, why are we not getting it here with the S20 FE? It just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like Samsung is really skimping out and giving their consumers less, even though this is the fan edition with the fans in mind. Alongside that 15-watt charger, we get a USB Type-A to Type-C charging cable, and we get no earbuds in the box. In the top of the box here, we have just a random sheet of paper, a SIM ejection tool, in addition to some general paperwork. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out this cloud red color. Wow, that is amazing. Let's go ahead and remove this plastic. Wow, this overhead shot here definitely is not doing it justice. I'll show some shots of it outside as well. But this red color on this S20 FE looks amazing. We do have a plastic back on this phone opposed to the glass backs of the flagship S20 line. I've been using these plastic backed phones like the A71 here all year long. No issues at all with them. You're definitely going to have a nice feeling premium phone here. Just because it doesn't have the glass back does not make it any less premium in my opinion. You're not losing any features because of the plastic back. You're still getting wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. It feels and looks very similar to that of the Galaxy Note 20 in terms of its polycarbonate back. So we have 2 different shades of red here, the matte on the back, and then we have this glossy red finish on the side, which on the left side here, there's nothing. On the right side here, we have our power button and volume rockers. On the top here, we have our SIM tray and a micro SD card slot. We have a mic. On the bottom, we have no headphone jack, another mic, our Type-C port, and speaker grill. We have a bit more narrow of a camera square on the back. It looks similar to that of the Galaxy S20 compared to the Galaxy S20 Plus and Galaxy S20 Ultra. This phone is also thicker than the S20, but that probably has to do with the fact that it has a larger battery. It has a 4,500 milliamp hour battery, and it is also definitely heavier, but it's really not that heavy for the size of phone it is. So first impressions here of the form factor, I'm loving the feel of this phone. The matte backing here, it feels amazing. You're gonna have a nice feel in addition to not having any fingerprints at all on the back, which is really nice. And also the fact that just since it's not glass, I feel like I don't need to have a case on this phone. I don't have to worry about dropping it, shattering the back, and having to pay hundreds of dollars to replace it. It just has such a great feel in addition to being more durable than the glass-backed phones. this is definitely a win. So let's go ahead, boot this up, and we'll compare the 6.5-inch display size with the rest of the S20 line. So as I just mentioned, we have a 6.5-inch display here on the S20 FE compared to the 6.2-inch display on the S20 and a 6.7-inch display on the S20 Plus. This 6.7-inch display has really been the main display size for Samsung, as it's found here on the Galaxy A71, Note 10 Lite, and S10 Lite. But despite that slightly smaller screen size, I think this has a good feel in the hand. It doesn't feel like a big phone. I would say these 6.7-inch display phones, these fall into the big phone category. It may not look like much on camera, but just that little bit of smaller size does make it nice for holding in the hand. And something I am also loving is we have the smaller variant of the hole punch cutout. There have seemed to have been two different types of the hole punch cutouts this year on these Samsung devices. So you can see here on the Galaxy A71 that hole punch opposed to on the S20 FE. It looks like it's about half the size, which is definitely appreciated. In terms of sizing of the phone itself, it looks to be the same exact size as the Galaxy S20 Plus. You're just missing out on some of that screen real estate because of the added bezels. Something else I'm loving here on the S20 FE's display is that it's a flat display. Here on the Note 20 Ultra, you just have the screen that goes over the edge and you're going to be touching those edges and having accidental touches and such. There was a little bit of edge on the S20 devices, but they really toned down on it a lot, which was nice. But now they just completely got rid of it, which is great to see and feel here. No accidental touches at all. All right, so I've been using the Galaxy S20 FE for a couple of hours now, and I gotta tell you guys, I'm loving this phone. So let's start out with the facial recognition. It is super fast. It works instantly. The second you hit this power button, it's already lighting up and you're already into your phone right away. It does also have a fingerprint scanner, an in-display fingerprint scanner, which is also fast. I just don't think it's as fast as that facial recognition, which is boom, it just gets you right into your phone. I know that we were focusing a lot on the hole punch during the unboxing process, but once you start to use this phone and just get into it and do whatever you need to do, you really don't even notice that that hole punch is there. Jumping into YouTube here, it's super easy to scroll through with that 120 Hz refresh rate. We have a dual speaker setup, so we'll go ahead and play a video here, and you'll also get an idea of just how hidden that hole punch is when you're doing things. Taking it here to the A71. A side-by-side look here with the Galaxy S20 Plus, and it may be difficult to see how this phone costs more than 3 times as much at $1,200. Taking a look at gaming here, I think this is plenty large of a screen to enjoy some games on, even though it is a slightly smaller screen size than some of the other phones we've been showcasing in this video. I mean, you pretty much have the perfect formula here for a good gaming setup. You have a respectable screen size, you have a 120 Hz refresh rate display, you have the Snapdragon 865 processor. You're not going to have any problems at all with gaming. Taking a look at cloud gaming, since that's very popular right now, and Samsung does promote it alongside their products, it is a pretty good experience here. It is a little bit small. Some games you're really not going to be able to enjoy it that much opposed to playing it on a computer or a console, but I think it gets the job done, and you can see here that it's a good experience. In terms of our camera array here, we have a primary lens, ultra wide lens, and a telephoto lens with a 3x optical zoom. And first impressions here, just literally taking a few photos for testing out for this video. Everything looks good here. I think that the 3x optical zoom photos look quite good. And I was also impressed by the selfie camera. So it has a 32 megapixel selfie camera. You have a standard sort of mode, and then you also have an ultra wide mode to go alongside it. And the pictures that came out initially here, I'm impressed. And that's going to bring us to my overall first impressions of the Galaxy S25e. And for the price, I am super impressed with everything Samsung is offering here. I love that they're just bringing everything to this phone. Like so many phones I'm used to from Samsung, when it's a cheaper device, they don't include Samsung DeX, for example, but Samsung DeX is on board here. This is your full-fledged Samsung Galaxy flagship experience. You're just taking a couple compromises in terms of the build. So you have a polycarbonate back, although obviously I discussed that I'm really liking the back of that. There is a lower grade of glass on the front, so there is Gorilla Glass 3, opposed to some of the stronger glasses that have come out on like the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, for example. But really everything you need is here and more. I mean, the 120 Hz, the Snapdragon 865, everything opens and closes super smoothly. you're really not going to have any issues at all in terms of your daily usage. And I love how this red color extends over to the front of the phone so that when you're using the phone and looking at it straight on, you can still enjoy that color that you do end up going with. I'm just absolutely loving this red color. I really wish Samsung would bring some colors like this to some of their higher end models like the Note 20 for example, but this color really does pop. It looks really cool. So far, I'm loving everything that the S20 FE has to offer. But what are your thoughts on the Galaxy S20 FE? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to the Shane Symonds YouTube channel today and hitting that bell icon for notifications so you don't miss the next video. I hope to see you guys around for the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.